Hey everybody. So today I want to talk to you about the most important thing that every prepper should have for themselves, and yet I realized it is the most overlooked thing. It's more important than weapons, it's more important than water, it's more important than shelter or clothing. It's your health. And I don't mean just being in shape. What I mean is immunizations and inoculations. So I know you're sitting there thinking, I got that covered. I got measles, I got smallpox, I got chickenpox, I got all those immunizations when I was in elementary school. And you're going to hit the next button. Don't do that. Hear my story real quick. Give me 2 minutes, would you? So I thought I had all that shit covered, and I didn't. I grew up in a family where my dad was a pilot. We traveled around a lot. I've been to a lot of third world countries. I've had a lot of shots in my arm. And I got put on my ass last week. So what happened was, we live out here in the desert. And we don't come in contact with people that often. And so I haven't been sick for probably 8 or 9 years. You know, you get the cold here and there. But not like I'm dying sick. So, you sort of get ambivalent and think that you got it all covered. Well, what happened was the next town over is about 85 miles away, and 3 weeks ago we went over there and came in contact with people. And 24 hours after our trip over there, when we came back here, we came down with the flu. And it was 3 weeks of dealing with that. First, it was Andrea who had the flu for about a week and a half, and then I got it. And it was one of those bad, like, I feel like I'm dying and I've been hit by a truck kind of flus. And it was during that time that I realized that, as I said, most people have the measles, the chickenpox, the smallpox vaccines that we all got as kids in school. And as a traveler, I had the cholera and the typhoid and that kind of things. But the fact of the matter is, if you think about it, as a prepper or somebody who wants to be basically prepared for a national emergency or what have you, you should basically have everything all the time. And by that I mean, get on the internet and look and see what is recommended as far as immunizations if you were going to go and clean the bathrooms in Calcutta. All right? And I know that's a sort of a funny way of looking at it, but maybe just say, for practicality, I want to be a Peace Corps worker in Kazakhstan. What do I need to do that? Make a list of those inoculations and then talk to your doctor next time. How do I get these? Because what you're looking for are things like cholera, typhus, yellow fever, dengue fever, West Nile virus. Stuff I can't even think of off the top of my head, and that's already a list that I just thought of off the top of my head. And here's the reason. In a soft situation, and let's say that's just like a mild national emergency or something, what may have to happen is I may have to go to some meeting point over there and collect water or a pallet of canned goods or something. And I may have to do that twice a month. I may have to do it once a month. Who knows? But if I want to be part of this community and eat, I've got to go over there and get my stuff. That's going to involve interacting with other people from the county who... Maybe there's some of these tree huggers whose kids don't get vaccinated now. And so God knows what they're bringing to the table. Or maybe they had the flu last month over there, and now they're over it, and I'm gonna be meeting them at this the tailgate of this truck while I'm getting my pallet of water, and the guy behind me has 103 temperature and the flu, and suddenly I've got it. So that's what I'll call a soft SHTF situation. Now, a hard SHTF situation is where, we're in a situation where there's no rule of law and what have you, and then the next problem is that the jackhead next door is not properly disposing of his dead grandmother or something, and is throwing her in the stream, or she keeled over in the stream or something, and now her body's polluting my water table. So, these are extreme stories or situations, but you need to look at it like, if I come in contact with somebody and they have brought with them something from Central America because they're an illegal, or they didn't get their vaccines because of their upbringing or what have you, and I come in contact with them, can I weather that storm? That's what you need to be prepared for. And as I said, this is much more important than anything tangible, because you can strip down naked. I could strip down naked, and in a mile from here, I could be wrapped in a tarp and have some plastic bags wrapped around my feet, and I could start making a shelter, and so I could be okay. But if I've got the flu or something, then I'm on my ass. So my suggestion is, anytime you go past Walgreens and it talks about these free clinics or these cheap clinics where they're giving away shingles virus or pneumonia virus vaccines or flu vaccines, get it. Get it now while you can, as opposed to someday when you can't and you'll wish you had. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, do me a favor, subscribe. Talk to you later. Shelka04 out.